discussion is titled Field Data Collection slash Designing Kobo Collect Form for M&E. So first, I would want us to have a clear understanding of what is field data collection. I don't know if you can hear me. I will want, as a teacher that I am, can you give me a response from your end, the participant? What do you understand by the word field data collection?
Okay, good evening, Mr. Yusuf. I think when we talk about field data collection is it entails all of the all of the what can I use now? Everything that is involved in getting data, like accumulating the data, collating the data, interpreting it, and primarily, I think first there needs to be a question wherein the data collected is going to answer, which would act as a variable for the data collected. So
Oh,
every mechanism used in gathering data, collating it, and maybe making sense out of the data.
thank you so much, Temitope. Right? Is it Temitope?
Yes, it is. Temitope, yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, sir.
It's not Temitope, it's Temitope.
Oh, thank you for the corrections, Silva. So is there any other person with any other idea regarding field data collection aside what Temitope have said earlier? If you have, you are open. You can unmute your mic and share your own view before we continue.
I think field data collection is an activity that is geared towards gathering information for decision making.
Thank you so much, sir. It's geared in gathering information for decision making. Thank you so much. So we'll continue from here. So the definition: field data collection is a systematic gathering of information from respondent or community or environment to inform decisions, as earlier stated by our colleagues here, monitor programs, or evaluate outcomes of any project or business or anything you could say you are doing as a person. Anything you said to do that has an objective or something like that is a systematic gathering of information from respondent. That is why it's called field data collection. You have to gather information, piece of information or data from respondent, and this respondent reside in a community or environment that you have to go there and then get these particular informations, and then you make inform for decision making, or you monitor your program. Take for instance, you are implementing an education project, so you enroll these learners by collecting the data, the baseline data in the field, where you go to the various communities, the selected sample criteria that you use, then you sample the community, and then you go to the community, you deploy your enumerators for field data collections. Are we all together?
Yes, we are.
Example,
Yes, we are.
Yes,
examples of such is household surveys. I believe all of us know household surveys before now. There are surveys that are done house to house. You enter door to door. and is the information that we get from this particular people or this beneficiary or this target audience, that we get some information from them and then we analyze the information to make inform our decision in the areas of our implementation or whatsoever we want the data for. Are we all good?
Yes, we are.
We're
Aha,
good to go,
thank you
sir.
so much. And then the next example is school attendance monitoring. Particularly, let me cite an example. While I joined one of the project we had here, uh, when I joined, they were using paper base to collect data from learners in their out of school, in the learning space or learning centers. We call it learning centers here because we implemented an education project called Opportunity to Learn, OTL. So uh, each class has minimum of 40 learners in the class, and then these learners go to the learning center at least 4 times in a week or 3 times in a week. And this is an ABEB learners. We call ABEB is called Accelerated Basic Education. So they go to these learning centers at least 4 times in a week, and then we want to track these learners real time, because basically we know all of us uh, who are opportune to go to school, there is an attendance register in a school that every learner or every student answers every day. So as an organization, we deem it fit because we will not be able to track these people if we are using paper base. How would it will take us a longer time. We can track them, but it will take us a longer time to be able to have these particular people. We should be able to know where they are, their attendance, their percentage, and this. So I developed a tool on a Cobol Collect, that is attendance register or attendance monitoring register. So each of the learners' name is uploaded there, cascaded on the tool, and then every day if you come to class, it will be submitted on our dashboard, and then at the end of the week we'll be able to track the percentage of learners who are in school and not in school, those who misses lectures or so. So these are things that is field data collection. And then health facilities assessment, for example, those there are nutrition project, those who collect MOAC or roofed, all those stuffs. You can be able to track them and then use go to the field to evaluate and collect the data. Then you come back and evaluate whatsoever you've gotten from the field. Are we all together?
Very well, sir.
Am I making sense?
Perfectly. You're making perfect sense, sir.
Oh, okay. So thank you so much. So why field data collection? Okay, reliable field data is the foundation for evidence-based decision and accountability in M&E. You understand? As a M&E person that you are, or you are aspiring to be, or you are currently, one of my mentors said, I believe in God, but any other thing bring data. Do you understand? I believe in God, but every other thing bring data. So reliable field data is the foundation for evidence-based decision and accountability in M&E, that is monitoring and evaluation. Are we all together? So for you
Yes.
to beat your chest and say you are an M&E person, your data or whatsoever you are doing with data, the foundation for it should be evidence-based decision, and then it should be accountable. Are we together?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Yes, we
Uh-huh.
are together.
So even let me ask a question before we move forward. What do you understand by the word M and E?
M&E means monitoring and evaluation. Am I correct?
Yes. Another
M&E
person?
means monitoring and evaluation.
So to add to what he said, M&E monitoring and evaluating. That is, for example, now
You
we have
said?
a project or I said to add to what he said, monitoring and evaluation is take for example, there is a project at hand. Now there is a necessity for an officer who would monitor the process. For example, the data collection or data collecting, how it is being collected, collated, and all, and also how it is being evaluated. So I think that is a primary duty of an M&E person.
Okay, so let me give us the full component, which is the meal. Okay, if I responded to M&E, who would talk to me about A in meal? MEAL. So who would talk to me about A?
Accountability and learning.
Okay, what do you understand by the word accountability? All right. So let me give us from the beginning. If we say what is meal, as they've said earlier, meal stand for monitoring, evaluation, accountability, and learning. If you can hear me again, I said meal stand for monitoring, evaluation, accountability, and learning. It is a framework used by organizations to track progress. That is the meal. Monitoring, evaluation, accountability, and learning is a framework that is designed by organizations to track progress, measure results, and ensure accountability and promote continuous learning across all stages of project implementations. Muna tare? Are we all together?
Eh, muna tare malam.
Uh-huh.
Ka ci gaba kawai.
But so, one, monitoring is a regular tracking of activity, output, and result to check whether a program is being implemented as planned. So, MIE is a very broad something, is a very broad subject that we can't really, even me, I'm still learning and still learning. But from the experience I've gotten in real time and field as I work as a male personnel or male specialist, monitoring is the regular tracking of activities. There's what we call meal plan or monitoring plan. So in monitoring, you track the activities, the output, and result to check whether this particular program that you are doing or this implementation, this support that, for example, let's take for instance, you are supporting formal school teachers. And then these teachers, you add them with, there's what we developed in IRC is called Apprendia chatbot. It aids teachers in classroom management and it aids them in a lot of things. You can ask Apprendia, how do you manage this situation if a learner, now the world is evolving. We don't call learners slow learners. They are just time-taking learners. You don't call them slow any longer. You call them time-taking learners. So the chatbot was developed to support the formal school teacher. So how do you monitor this kind of situation? You need to train enumerators or research assistant that will aid you in going to these various centers of your implementation and then monitor these particular teachers are trained to implement this TCO, which is classroom management and all that concerns them in the school. So, for example, let's say tracking how many schools receive learning materials every month. You can track it because you have your monitoring checklist, you have your monitoring plan, you track them. You understand? And then the purpose of monitoring is one, to identify implementation gaps very early. That is why MIE personals are very important. They call us, the program team calls us EFCCs of each organization, because a program person will never will never agree to the terms that he or she is doing the right thing. Whereas MIE see things in a different perspective because we deals with data. And if you are not giving us fact, we can't go ahead with whatsoever you are deciding for us. So we are fact finders and then we are researchers. And then as we identify implementation gaps early, we re-strategize, and maybe if it requires us retrain people to be able to have a clear understanding of whatsoever it is required. That is it. Are we all together? Can I hear from somebody?
Eh, Tarela bhai. We are together.
It's all right. Thank you, sir. So the next component is evaluation. Okay, before then, one of another purpose of the monitoring is ensure timely delivery of activities. Timely. If you are monitoring, even the people on the field, if they know that you are coming, they will be proactive. They will be doing whatsoever is planned on the indicator. And you meet target because you monitor them to track progress of the activity, the output, and the result. So it's very important as a mill person or MIE, you do that routine activity. It's a routine activity. So number two, which is evaluation. Evaluation is a periodic and systematic assessment of a program design. Is a periodic, systematic assessment of a program design, implementations, and outcome to understand its effectiveness and impact. So majorly, you do evaluation to measure impact. Let me give us an example. Assessing whether teaching, who know, okay, before I continue, who know TAL? Okay, so TAL means teaching at the right level. Assessing whether teaching at the right level approach improved pupils' reading skills. Or there's what we call EGRA-EGMA in education again. EGRA means early grade reading assessment, and then EGMA means early grade mathematics. This measures literacy and numeracy of learners. So evaluation at the baseline, you evaluate your learner to know where they are on enrollment. That is the baseline. So when you assess them at midline, when you go halfway into the project or a midline, you evaluate them and check the progress. Are these people really improved in their learning outcomes or not? Are we all together? In their learning
Yes, we are
outcomes,
together, sir.
and to understand the effectiveness of the impact. So this is evaluation. You know whether they have moved from one stage to another by measuring success and the impact. You generate evidence for decision making. These are the purposes for evaluation as a M&E person. You generate evidence for decision making. It's beyond just collecting data and just dumping it. There's a research I'm currently conducting leveraging on data. So these are things that if you don't do it, even your organization will not move forward because you'll be found wanting, because you are not evaluating your structure. You will not know where you are. As a male person, you should be able, even personally, your life, you should evaluate yourself and check whether are you on track with what you plan for yourself, where you are now, or you are still lagging behind. Maybe you planned as a male person that maybe before the year runs out, you do at least 12 courses on M&E or meal, and then maybe enhance or hone your skills around necessary ICT for these tools. That is the digital tools that we use in this our present generation. But and now it's October, and then October today is 24th. October is winding up, and you have not done any. And maybe if you evaluate yourself, that will make you to sit up, to stand on your toes, so that you'll be able to meet up whatsoever that you are lagging behind or whatsoever you need to do to put in more effort in it. Are we together? Are we clear about evaluation?
Very clear, sir.
Is there any question? Is there any question?
Yes, Mr. Yusuf. Sorry, I would like to ask.
Okay, sir.
Sorry. When we're talking about monitoring, now you said something about getting evidence. So I would
Yes.
like to ask, as an M&E person or officer, now if we're saddled with responsibility of maybe tied to a project, now what kind of evidence do we need? Take for example, we have to take maybe a report on the impact of, say, drugs on in workplace, maybe in an organization or a certain area. Now, do we have to go out as an M&E person? Do we have to monitor that? Okay, take for example, questionnaires are being given out, or sample method? Do we have to monitor the sample method, or we just rely on the data that is being given? Like those that are the data collectors, do we have to monitor them, like check them that they are doing this, or we just sit back and rely on, okay, they go out, come back with this data, and we work with it? Please just run me through how that is done.
Okay, so thank you so much, Temitope. So in monitoring or deploying all this research, for example, take for instance you are having what you just said regarding drugs or something. So first, you need to clearly state your objectives or know your plans. As a male person, you have your indicators, and then each indicator has a way you measure it. For example, I gave you an instant with education because I'm so conversant with education very well. So, for example, you are to measure EGRA and EGMA, and then the indicator stated that percentage of learning outcome improved in FY24 or FY fiscal year 25. So first, you have objective, you have plan, everything that you need to your result framework, your framework, everything about the work you already have it, the purpose, the goals, what you need to achieve at the end of the implementation, you already have it. So monitoring is a pathway you follow to achieve that particular goal you set ahead. And then you hire your enumerators, you train them based on what you want them to go to the field to collect for you. You train them very well and then emphasize on quality, not quantity. Most of organizations face difficulties because they don't really give time in training their personals, or they don't train their enumerators as it ought to. So they go to the field and then get data which are not reliable. And then at the end of the day, the team have challenge, the MIE personnel have challenge because they did not train these guys properly to go out to monitor or to get those data. And then Nigerian factor happens to all of us. Sometimes I went on monitoring, I went on post distribution monitoring. There's this kit that's supposed to be shared to uh, women in protection in Borno State, and then in their kit they have a lot of things, but one of it on my checklist they missed it. It wasn't inside the kit, and I told them that these people have to receive that particular kit. If not, they should return it. I stayed there till 4 p.m. They had to bring it to the people, that the beneficiaries. Do you understand? So you have to be on your toes to train your enumerators properly, give them good information, because whatsoever you give them is what they will give you. Garbage in, garbage out. If you train them shavishly, they'll bring data that you will not even understand. But as a M&E personnel, you ensure that you train them properly and give them what is required. The relevant information they know, the information they know about the data collection, the data they need to collect, what they don't need to collect, is all ruled out onto them. I don't know if you get me clear. Temitope, are you here?
I think your explanation is very pleasant. You can go ahead. Temitope has gone to kitchen to sip water.
Okay, let me sip my water too, since he has went to sip water. Temitope we watch online. I think it's not on the call itself. Ene, you are welcome.
Enegalo.
Ene, where have you been?
I've been around though, just I've not been catching of late, but I've been watching it online. Like I've been watching it from YouTube though. I've been following on YouTube.
Hope you are catching up.
Yes, sir. The only thing is, I don't know if you are sharing your screen or I'm the only
No,
one that
I'm not.
has the
I'm not
screen.
sharing my screen. I'm not sharing my screen.
Okay, okay.
I'm just
Enegalo.
lecturing. I'm lecturing today.
Onebe.
Fine, thank you.
Are you speaking Idoma?
Yes, he's speaking Idoma.
We
Okay.
are Idoma people, the Okoho eaters.
Okoho. That one that you
Okoho
used to cut.
and
You used to cut okoho with knife. You cannot eat
Okoho
it
and
properly.
Oni.
It's all right. Thank you. So the next one is accountability. Accountability. And what is accountability? You have come.
Okay. From the little I know about accountability, it means you being responsible for any task that is given to you. So just like you rightly say, the meal means measurement, evaluation, accountability, learning. It means that anything you're measuring is supposed to be something that will measure the findings or the research you're working on. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Sylvester, do you have, is it Silva or Sylvester?
I am Sylvester, sir.
Okay. So,
I think Ene has used the Okoyo to design the definition of accountability, sir.
all right. Thank you. So, accountability means ensuring that project participants, communities, and partners have the right to give feedback, make complaints, and influence program decision. Accountability generally is carrying along all stakeholders, all the beneficiaries. Do you understand? The project participant. So this is where complaint and feedback mechanism comes in. I so much believe we all know about toll-free line. There are lines that we call for free to give our feedbacks, our complaint. For example, MTN has, you can call MTN for free and then give your complaint about whatsoever. They will not charge you. Some organizations, while implementing, they have their toll-free line. Accountability naturally deals with feedbacks from the areas of your implementation. So whatsoever you are doing in the field or on the field, you should be able to know and to do it properly by receiving feedback, and that will influence your program decision. Accountability is beyond just being accountable. It's beyond that. From the program development, from the inception, you need to carry every other person along, which are the communities, the partners, the project participants, the donors, and everyone should be accountable of it. And then there are examples. For example, using suggestion boxes, hotline, as I've said earlier, community meeting or community dialogue to collect feedbacks. I don't know if you have ever go to a community such as this to have an engagement, and then maybe you see in let's give an example with our primary health care. If you go to primary health care, there are numbers that you see. Call this number if you need urgent, so and so. So these are hotlines, and there are suggestion boxes that you write and drop your suggestions, and your suggestion will be picked by the team and then work on it. If it is emergency, they work on it promptly. Are we together? And
Together, we're together, sir.
so the purpose is to build trust with beneficiaries and then ensure transparency and responsiveness. Are we all together? Is to build transparency and responsiveness. We build trust. Trust is end, right? So if you are doing implementation of any project, you build trust and you earn it by being accountable to whatsoever. You are transparent in your implementation. You don't hide anything from your partners. Even the last kobo you are spending, they should be able to know what you are supposed to spend for them. Are we together?
Yes, we are.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for being here, Mr. Sylvester.
Very good, Yannick, sir.
Nimana Gode. So the last component is learning. Learning is about using monitoring, evaluation, and feedback data to adapt and improve future programs. So, as a person, learning is continuous. The day you come to the end of yourself and you said you stop learning, you not be relevant again. Your relevance ends when you stop learning. So learning is continuous. So learning is about using what you've gotten from monitoring, from your evaluation, and from your accountability. That's your feedback data. And you adapt that and improve your future programs from all these three components, which is the monitoring, the evaluation, and the feedback mechanisms that you use. So this will give you an edge, will give you head up, will give you direction for decision making for an organization. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
So
We're
learning,
together, sir.
thank you, sir. Learning is beyond just, for example, now take for instance, you just go to the field and collect the data and then you evaluate and you did not learn anything from it. Does that make sense? Doesn't make sense. You have to improve, or there's something that is, it has to change. There must be a change in one or two things. Let's say after reviewing a data from a pilot project and then the team changes their approach to make it more effective in the next phase. After receiving the pilot testing data, you change, you see now, you evaluate, you monitor, you see, and then you change your approach so that it will be more effective in the phase of your data collection before deploying the tool, generally for everybody to have access to the tool. That is why in while training your enumerators, please, as a M&E person, put it at the back of your mind. Ensure that you go to the field for real time. Go and pilot test the tool with the team on the field before deploying them for any data collection. so that if there's any one or two challenge that you notice or the team notice, they'll be able to flag it off before the real time or the uh, next phase of data collection. Purpose of learning: it promotes evidence-based and decision making. You understand? And then it encourages innovation and improvement. Learning encourages innovation and improvement. Is there any question from anyone before we move forward? Any? Okay, if there's no question,
I think you
okay.
are,
So in summary, the four component of meal, that is the monitoring, evaluation, and accountability. Monitoring this with continuous tracking of an activity. Examples, let's say number of teachers trained per month or monthly. And then evaluation is assessing result and impact. Assessing result and impact. Your monitoring is continuous tracking of an activity. And then examples of evaluation, assessing result and impact. That's the definition of evaluation, which is measuring reading improvement in pupils. You understand? Their improvement. You evaluate how the learners will be able to read by the end of their year 1 or year 2. You measure it. And then accountability. Listening and responding to community feedback. That is, example, feedback hotline or meetings or community dialogues to settle quarrel between community people. Are we all good? And then the last but not the least, using data and feedback to improve learning. My best part of it, learning. If you are doing MIE and you are not learning every day, you are not MIE. You have to learn daily, daily. It should be your watchword. Daily, you should learn. Learning should be part of you. Learning should be part of what you are doing. And then learning is using data and feedback to improve. And then adapting, example of it is adapting next training session based on feedback. So after the learning, you get your improvement. If you need to improve your team, you need to set up a training for them to improve on whatsoever they need to improve on. All right. Are we good? So in general and in summary, meal is a system that helps organizations track what they do, measure results, stay accountable to community, and keep improving their work. Are we together? Okay, so we move to the next is, after knowing all the components of MIE, field data collection, so be able to go forward to Kobo Collect. Because in this our class, we'll be using Kobo Collect as digital data collection tool. So who can define, or what do you understand by Kobo Collect? Kobo Collect.
Hello, sir. Can I try?
Yes, please.
All right. So, sir, just like you rightly said, Kobo Collect is a digital data tool. So, it's an application that helps you to collect data digitally. Thank you.
Okay. Any other person? Okay. What is Kobo Toolbox?
Right?
There's Kobo Collect and there's Kobo Toolbox. What is Kobo Toolbox? Try. Ene.
All right.
But
What I understand by the term Kobo Toolbox, it's also, should I say, an application or a database, and then it consists of different components of informations coming
okay.
from the data collection application. So,
Okay. Thank you so much, Ene. So Kobo Toolbox is a free open source suite of tools for digital data collection and analysis. And this tool is developed by Harvard Humanitarian Initiative. It is designed to help humanitarian development and research organizations to collect, manage, and analyze data easily, even in low connectivity environment. You understand? That is Kobo Toolbox. Kobo Toolbox. There are a lot of things on the Kobo Toolbox that after to now I'll be able to drop a link so that everyone will create a Kobo Toolbox for him or herself, so that uh, we will be able to work together on it, so that at the end of the day everyone will be able to develop a tool for data collection and deploy it. So you'll be a programmer. And so key component of Kobo
wow.
Toolbox. You have a question?
No, sir, I said that would be very great.
Okay. So we have form builder. That is the designing stage. Are you hearing me? The design, which is create data collection form online using drag and drop tool. Are you hearing me? You will see it practically tomorrow, God's willing. If we are going to do the class by tomorrow, God's willing, you'll be able to see it. And then you create the data collection form online using drag and drop. Tomorrow you'll see practical. So I'm just running us through the literature so that I'll be able to have practical tomorrow. Add questions such as text, multiple choices, GPS, image, and numeric field. And then after it, we get a Kobo Collect app data collection stage. That is where we reach data collection stage, where you define the mobile data collection Kobo Collect app on a phone. You can use Android, used by enumerator to fill out the forms. And one thing I want you to understand, you can get data online and offline using that particular, but while submitting, you have to use network. But you can go to any remote village to collect the data and save it. So when you get a network, you'll be able to send all the data that you have been able to collect the data. And the data sync to the Kobo Toolbox server once internet is available. Do you understand? Once internet is available, you've collected your data, you will sync it. Are we together? Any question? Any?
No question, sir.
You understanding?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma. Okay, the next one is data and analysis dashboard review. So in the Kobo Toolbox, the company, you will see data and analysis dashboard review. You will see it. After submission, you see the submission on it. You can view submission, you can export data to Excel or CSV and visualize responses. So we are going to do it everything together all. And then you filter and summarize data for quick insight using
Sorry, are we going to do that today or tomorrow, sir?
using your pivot tables, and that is that for that. Excuse me.
Oh, you need water. You need water or coke.
Sorry, I don't take soda. I just take fruit and water.
And give him Biolo. Ogo.
Abi.
What did you say?
I said,
Obiola.
any my sister should give you Ogo or Biolo. Kunu. Urozaki.
Obiolo. Okay. Oh, and I that's my favorite. I like natural drinks. I don't take soda.
So Zamu Kaumaka LRA.
It's all right. Thank you so much. So are we all on the same page?
Yes, we are, sir. We're on the same page. Yes, sir. Is practical going to take place today?
No, we can't do practical today.
Okay, so tomorrow.
I just wanted to round up so that tomorrow we prepare for practical. But maybe I might introduce us to it and show us one or two before we go. So why Kobo Toolbox is
Preferably, let's leave
popular,
the aspect practical to tomorrow, sir.
sir?
I said, preferably, let's leave the aspect of practical till tomorrow, sir. If possible.
Yes, we will do it tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Mm. So why Kobo Toolbox is popular in MIE? Kobo is free to some percentage. It has, when you create a Kobo Collect form or toolbox, you have 5,000 submission free. But after you fill that submission, that entry, that 5,000, you have to subscribe if you want to continue to use it. So you must not need license for that. Kobo Collect is free and open source, no license fee. And then offline data collection. If you are using Kobo Collect, work perfectly in rural or conflict affected areas. You understand? And it's user friendly. Kobo Toolbox is user friendly. No coding required. Anyone can build a form. Actually, everyone. Everyone can build a form. And then secure and it is secured and is reliable. Data stored safely in the cloud. Are we together? And then support integration, work with tools like Excel, Power BI, and Google Sheets. So you can use Kobo Collect and you can connect Kobo Toolbox to your Excel. Yes, you can use that is support integration. You can integrate it and connect it for real-time data. For real-time data. Sorry. So let me give us an example. We personally use Kobo Toolbox, although because of the submission rate of our submission, we have to subscribe because we use data a lot. So that's that for now. And then Kobo Toolbox is a digital platform that helps you create form, collect data on mobile device, and analyze it even without internet access. And then let's say in summary, generally, this excuse me, we have the stage, which is the designing phase of the data. That's the form builder. Create questions and design your survey. And then collect, that is Kobo Collect app. Gather data in the field, offline or online. You can use the two. And then you analyze, that's dashboard. View, filter, export result. This is all about um, Kobo Collect. And then in how to design a Kobo form, when you log into Kobo tool, I'll share a link now. Let me copy it. You have to use this this EU. It's better. How do I? Okay, let me drop it on WhatsApp. You can use the link and create your own Kobo Collect or Kobo Toolbox.
Sorry, can you come again, sir?
Uh, so I want everyone to create his own personal account with his email.
How do we do that, sir?
So that's why I first dropped the link in the
Where did
WhatsApp
you?
platform.
Okay, there's a link in the WhatsApp platform now.
Yes, I just dropped it.
Okay, let me check, sir.
Okay. Were you not the one that dragged me back from my husband's house? Hmm? What you did to me? Was you good?
So you can use the link and create your own account. Are we together?
Yeah, I've seen it, sir.
This my cup of water.
So create a new create your own account. If you create it, by the grace of God, tomorrow we'll start from there. Is there any question?
No questions, sir.
Mr. Soji, are you on the call?
Yes, I'm on the platform now. I'm trying to create my account.
Okay. Ene, are you here?
Yes, so I am.
It's all right. So thank you guys for staying till this time. So we're going to continue tomorrow, God's willing. But please, I want you guys to be live on the class so that you'll be able to understand and ask questions than watching on YouTube.
This is what is giving me. Say the username and or password you specified are not correct.
Which one
What do
is
I?
you create account, you are not to log in.
Okay. Okay. I should not click login. I should create account.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't log in, you create your own account because that will give you require my password and everything. So create your own. I give you this link because it's the legit one that you have access to. If not, if I say you should go and create, you will not see this link.
Yes, okay.
Uh-huh. Any question? If there's no question, we call it a day.
So, elaborate.
Every day.
Thank you so much.
Good, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night.
Haram tashi.
Gaius,
Eh,
you are just coming?
I'm just coming. Oh.
So welcome on board. So you just watch on YouTube and then ensure that you are in class tomorrow because I'm going to do a practical session on how to develop a couple toolbox.
Okay, Kobo collect.
Yes. And I will not want to
Okay.
I want to teach you guys how to develop it on Excel and then upload it so that you have so much
On next.
features than direct developing on the toolbox.
Okay.
So we'll see tomorrow.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Good night.
Thank you. A good night, sir.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Yeah.